going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Checkwitz. This is the Kaged Review, and this is a review for Bird Box. Bird Box came out, I think, mid-December. I just got around to watching it last night, just, with the holidays. Completely tied up, and there were other movies that I wanted to get to first. But this had a lot of buzz around it, and so I decided to go back, check it out, and see what I thought. And instantly, I noticed a lot of comparisons from watching people talking about this to The Happening. I've never seen The Happening, so I have nothing to compare it to. So on that note, I thought it was a very cool idea. I really liked the concept of something that if you saw it, it made you trigger something that wanted you to kill yourself, and it builds up nice suspense that way. The lead role, Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock has been really good in the last few, if not several, movies that she's done. Very good actress, and it's funny because I used to never think so, back in the days of like Speed. She has really grown into her own as an actress, I think, and I've really appreciated a lot of her performances, and I think that she really gave all of it to this role. A couple of the main supporting cast members, Trevante Rhodes. I don't know that there was anything spectacular about his role. He was there, it worked, and it felt nice. John Malkovich, who I actually usually love, not as much in this role. It's like John Malkovich playing John Malkovich, but just kind of being an asshole. Sarah Paulson wasn't in this movie for very long, to be very honest, and so I really don't have much to go by there. It was fine for what it was. Rosa Salazar, who's coming up playing Alita in Battle Angel, coming out fairly soon. Again, I don't know that this was a role that really is going to showcase her talents. She did fine, nothing spectacular. Machine Gun Kelly, he was there. That's about as much as I can say. And then actually my other favorite character was B.D. Wong, who I actually liked from SVU, that series. And he's a really good actor. I've liked him for a long time, and he actually did a fairly decent work on this role. But again, not much to it. So the whole concept is you initially start out with Sandra Bullock. She has 2 kids with her. She's kind of hard on them, saying that you have to do exactly what I do because we're going to take a trip that might get us killed if you don't do exactly what I say. And then everything else is kind of flashback explaining the story of how this came to be. And the flashback scenes, the storytelling building up to what's actually happening at the moment was fairly well done, but I will say that there were a couple of things that were just way too convenient. And I'll get into that when I talk about spoilers, but for the non-spoilers, I will just say that continuity, there were a couple of discrepancies there, and with plot, there were a couple of big discrepancies there. And so that did kind of take me away from it a little bit. And like I said, I'll get into that in spoilers, but if you're doing a movie like this, where you have to establish what's happening, you have to establish the rules of what's happening. And they really didn't do that. They did not do that really at all in a couple of big ways, in a couple of big areas that just fell flat. It's pretty open-ended at the ending, and I like the fact that they did it that way because it's like you have this story, this creation where these creatures, if they see you, they kill you. And then they figure out this way to maybe have a sanctuary. But then there's always that question mark at the end of, well, is this really going to be a sanctuary for everybody? And that's kind of where they leave that question, and I really like that. I do love movies that, let the viewer kind of make up their own mind about what's happening. Overall, I feel like it was a good attempt. I don't know if the execution was as good as it could be, but it did have some scenes that really grabbed you. It had some scenes that were pretty suspenseful, and it had some scenes that made you cringe a little bit. So it's very halfway for me. And I think overall I'd probably give this a 6 out of 10 because there's a very cool idea. people are comparing it to other things that I haven't seen and saying it's not nearly as original as you'd like to think. But I don't know. I can't go by that. I can say that Sandra Bullock is really what was going to make or break this movie, her performance, and it was very, very good. As far as some of the other performances, not as much. I think the other strongest performance besides Sandra Bullock was actually B.D. Wong and maybe John Malkovich. Other than that, I really didn't feel it, so it really kind of fell flat for me there. So 6 out of 10. I'll talk about spoilers. I'll let you know what I think about it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz. Kaged Nation out.